Hey, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Peace, peace, blessings, blessings. I would never um try to tell somebody else how to live their life or give advice or anything like that because I'm still going through experiences myself. I ain't got it all figured out, right? But I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I feel like I understand is how precious life really is. And sometimes when I look at people doing certain things, it's like they take life for granted. It's like they think it's a joke. It's like it's a game to them, right? And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes that does upset me. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm like, you must not have been through what I've been through in my life. Because, for instance, I lost my uncle right before the holidays that came. Now, when you lose somebody, that's not just a natural part of life where you lose a loved one and you have to mourn them, and it's more than that. It's more important than that. I feel like that is a reminder, whether you want to say it's a reminder from God or from the universe, whichever. That's a reminder that life is real, like it's precious. Like somebody you love could really be taken away from you just like that. You can lose your own life just like that. I don't mean to be grim about it, but I'm just saying I think people should understand that. And I feel like the better some people need to understand that, the quicker some people really come to terms with that, the more you will enjoy your life. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Who that is at the door? God is D. Hey, appreciate you, appreciate you. Oh, my bad. Miss April, appreciate you, appreciate you. You was one of the first ones in here before I was even live. Appreciate you, Miss April. Blessings to you. Appreciate you, Goddess. Appreciate you. Kevin, appreciate you. You already know. You already know, brother. You already know. Um, what they doing to Drake, man? It's just something I seen right before I got on here. Now I heard that they trying to get Drake up out of here. I don't care about that Kendrick and Drake shit. That's not my thing. Even it might surprise some people because I'm into the battle rap thing. But with battle rap, there's an end game to it. It looks like it's dying down a little bit with Kendrick and Drake, but it look like it's going into something bigger now. They saying they trying to get Drake up out of here. I just came across something where they said they found what, a old computer, a private computer of his, where there's pictures and videos of him and some dwarfs. Dwarfs. To be respectful, that is the respectful name to use. Some people would say midgets. I'll use the word dwarfs. That's what they call them. I seen this one picture. I don't know if it's photoshopped or not. I don't know if that's his thing. That's his thing. I'm not gonna judge. It's whatever. He got all the money in the world. Sold records. And you can't put nothing past with these Hollywood folks. You understand? If that's his thing, go ahead and do your thing, Drake. If that's not the case, and they just like out here, just like trying to get him out of here by any means, and they trying to paint him a certain way, I don't put that past anybody either. That's crazy. But why are they trying to? If they really are trying to get Drake up out of here, like they say, like that rumor that's in the air, why now? Why after all them years? Why now try to get him up out of here? I remember people were saying that this was the year of truth. And a lot of things that came out, a lot of shit came out concerning these celebrities. You understand? And it's only beginning. It's only beginning. I don't talk too much on celebrities. Certain things I look at, but anyway, it is what that is, man. Um, I don't got kids, right? But I guess this question would be for anybody who has like little kids. A question I want to ask y'all. I'll just leave y'all comments, and if you catch the replay, leave your comments after the fact. I had seen something I couldn't believe, and I know it was a matter of skin color. Had to be. So imagine your kid go to school. I want to say they were kindergartners, first or second graders, somewhere up in there. But imagine you get a call from your school, your kid's school, and they tell you your kid is being suspended. Your obvious reaction is, "Why? What's going on? Why are you suspending my kid? What's going on?" And they say that your child disrespected one of the teachers, and you're like, "Why? How did my kid disrespect, one of the teachers? Like, what are you talking about? You're completely confused." and they tell you your child is being suspended for disrespecting the teacher because they told the teacher that her damn breath was kicking, fam. That actually happened. That actually happened. This kid got suspended for telling his teacher her breath is kicking, fam. Now, the kid is black. You understand? The kid is black. You seen that shit, guys? You seen that? You see, the kid is black. So obviously, you seen the picture of the white lady then. You seen that lady teeth, right? Now, I'm not one to make fun of people's features. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. But my thing is, if y'all didn't want that woman to be made fun of by them children, why would you hire that woman to be a teacher? Because if you see the way that woman grill look, obviously something ain't right with her breath, right? And they say kids are cruel. They can be vicious. Mr. West, appreciate you, bro. You already know. My man, appreciate you. Kids can be cruel. They can be vicious, huh? If an adult don't tell you, a kid damn sure gonna tell you what it is. That kid told that woman, and bro, I wish I could have been in the classroom when he told her this shit. Absolutely, the kids tell the truth. Roy Lee, appreciate you, bro. You already know. Blessings and peace to y'all and anybody in the bushes. And they suspended him for that, right? Do y'all think that that was fair to do? Was the kid out of line? I mean, maybe the kid, because like kids, they don't really have a conscience. They don't really understand what respect is. You understand? They don't really understand that certain things you keep to yourself. That's a part of growing up. As a kid, that woman should have known better her damn self. I wouldn't be working around no kids. Kids will tell you in a minute, oh, you dirty, you stink, you funky. They'll point out shit about you that nobody else won't see. And they'll call it out in front of everybody. So I don't see how long they suspended the kid for, but do it really matter? Because my main thing is I get the feeling that if he had been a Caucasian kid, he wouldn't have gotten suspended. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What Roy say? There were teachers that were cool with being roasted because they would roast back. Suspension was too harsh. ISS, I understand that. And most, yeah, tell them go sit down in the corner somewhere. Put them, yeah, ISS, and tell them, tell the parents, listen, your child told one of our staff that her breath smelled like shit. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. Can you tell him not to do that anymore? Right? Please just tell him, like we know what's up with her. We know we got to work with her. So don't nobody know her more than us. But can you please just, tell them to calm it down. Kids are ruthless. Sometimes you laugh at them, sometimes they'll tell you business too. I don't got no kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's like. I've babysat before growing up. But I know kids, they something else, fam. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, you know how they got those birds that speak after people. They mock people, mimic people. The situations where the birds they done told folks business and all that. Kids are something like that. They'll blurt some shit out that you won't see coming. They'll embarrass the hell out you, fam. She didn't take care of her funky, but yeah, I feel like she should have got that together before she started working. Keep you some mints or something, because it was only a matter of time. You know, like the white children smelt that shit, but ain't it ironic how the black kid was the one that said something, right? That's a little bit too harsh. If it had been a Caucasian man, Caucasian kid, my bad. And I'm looking at the picture. She's smiling, he's smiling. The lady looked kind of crazy. I ain't trying to make fun of nobody, but damn, I'm just saying they could have stopped that before it happened. They could have stopped that before it happened, right? Now, speaking of kids, hold on. Roy said, "How old was the kid?" I don't know. It doesn't say, or maybe I missed that part, right? There's not really a whole like bio to it. But it looked like they was in like first, second, third grade, somewhere up in there. You know what I mean? I don't know, man, but Some teachers, they'll joke around with the kids. They got a relationship where they can joke like that, right? So I see what you're saying about that. Some kids and teachers, they got it like that where they'll joke with each other. But I guess maybe they had that relationship where they was joking with everybody. But maybe they felt the kid went too far. Maybe she felt like, wait a minute, that's enough now. I couldn't be a teacher anyway. I couldn't be a teacher anyway. I don't have enough patience. My patience ain't good enough for that. I'm still working on that. The things we got to go through with the children, I don't know if I could deal with that. You know what I'm saying? They ass will probably be sitting in the corner all day messing with me. I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? But speaking of kids, did y'all happen to see that? Yeah, I guess some people feel like this dude was wrong. I don't see how. I remember I did a video about bullying and harassment a while back, and that's a serious thing, right? And unfortunately, there's no age limit for that. You can be 7 years old, 8, 9, 10 years old, and you go through that. You can go through it early, and it affects it can affect you. It can affect your psyche. It can affect your mindset for the rest of your life. Sometimes there is no coming back from that, right? So if you can do anything to stop that, then you get in there and you stop it. If your child is being bullied, you're gonna do whatever it takes to stop your kid from being bullied. So that's what this dude did, huh? This father, it says he had jumped a 7-year-old girl's father after school to teach the girl a lesson about bullying his daughter. She beat up the child who was bullying his daughter. He beat up her father in order to teach her about bullying, a harsh lesson. But here's the thing. He said that he had told the school, he had told, you know, he had addressed the situation. He was like, yo, this bullying shit, this got to stop. This is my daughter. Like, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And there was a debate online going on about it. I think some people felt he could have went about it a different way. I don't know who the fuck said that. Because if somebody say, listen, I tried to handle it respectfully. I tried to be courteous, even though when your child is involved and you're a parent, that courtesy should kind of go out the window because you ain't gonna let nobody disrespect your child. That's your flesh and blood that you put on this earth. Like it's all out for that. You know what I'm saying? But the dude had put up the video on TikTok, and he was talking about, he felt like he did what he had to do. He beat up the girl father, like, yo, okay, maybe this will get through to you then. Don't you ever in your life try to bully my child. Was he wrong for that? If you know anything about me, I'm gonna say hell no. Hell no. Like that's something that can ruin your kid for the rest of their life. He nipped it in the bud. Wasn't nobody else doing nothing. How you go to the school and all of that, but the school ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing about it to put a stop to it. The people that should be able to get involved to put a stop to it. Because if your kid ain't safe at school, where are they safe at? You know what I mean? When they leave your house, and I'm not somebody who has a kid or anything, but it's common sense. Once your child leaves your house, gets on the school bus and goes to school, then you know what I mean? Like your kid's safety and health is in their hands. Like, come on, there ain't nothing else to talk about. Roy Lee says, I understand these schools have very little power with all these rules. You really can't expect them to stop bullying from happening, especially if the kids are close, like riding the same bus. Right. And kids, they feel like they can do what they want to do. They're still growing up. So they don't understand the severity of the actions they're doing towards another classmate, another kid. They don't understand that. You understand? But I think what his thing was, you know, if I went to the school and I went to the father and nothing was done, it's like it goes back to what I say, fam. Some people only understand ignorance. Antisocial, appreciate you, appreciate you. We gotta say no, especially since he tried to be civil. You try to be civil, you try to be courteous, you try to be respectful. It don't always work out like that. There's just some people in this world, they only understand one language, and that's ignorance. It's a shame. You got to show your ass for some people to understand where you're coming from. That's a shame. I'm not gonna feel bad after that. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type of person I give a person a couple of chances. Be like, okay, that's one time. Okay, that's second time. By the third time, it's like, okay, let me try something different here, right? Let me try something different. What would I say? I don't blame him. He took other routes before choosing that option. What else you supposed to do? Left him no choice. I wish he would have recorded it, to be honest with you. Let me stop. Let me stop. That's major facts, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't have kids myself, but I ain't gonna lie, the type of person I am, I'm kind of a hothead. A lot of people probably can't tell, but I just, when whenever when there's respect, if I'm giving respect and I'm giving courtesy, all these other great things, right? Everything is fine. But the minute that line is crossed, whether with me or somebody that I care about, then that shit goes out the window. Unfortunately, in this world, like I say, it ain't got nothing to do with skin color because I don't even think he said anything about what color these people were. You know what I mean? Black people, we do shit to each other all the time. So at the end of the day, it's like this. Color, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just about respect. Like they wouldn't want somebody doing that to their kids. I mean, what you supposed to do? Sometimes you gotta whip somebody ass, man. You gotta give them that attitude adjustment. You gotta tune that ass up. Hold on, let me put this. I'd be so busy running my mouth, you never know. Half the time I never put the link in there. I'm gonna put it in there. I forget. I be forgetting, y'all. I be forgetting. Let me see. Is it in there? Yeah, I think it's in there. All right, that's for anybody who feel like they want to jump in or whatever. But let me continue on. Let me continue on. Shout out to this brother. He doesn't have a name, but they say he was the first person to receive a genetically modified pig kidney. This is just like a short shout out. Can you imagine you going through dialysis and you thinking you finally, you have a chance to live. You thinking you're gonna die, and they come up with a new way, but in order for you to test it, like you're literally about to be the first person to ever test something like this out. He was the first man. He was a black man too. He was the first man to ever receive a genetically modified pig kidney transplant, and everything was looking good at first. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, Roy. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I seen that. That's a shame. You know what I mean? Imagine you have no hope at all, and then you get a beacon of hope. Boom. Okay, this is something new. I'm desperate. Let me try this out. Anybody would have tried it. You know, they say it was looking good, and then he ended up dying like 2 months after the procedure. You know what I'm saying? I seen there were people who were debating on if he was forced to do it, like if he was some type of guinea pig. And I'm not gonna go that far because I know somebody who in my family I know a couple of people in my family who passed away from that. That type of shit is no joke. Like dialysis and all of that other stuff that comes with that. You know what I mean? So blessings and positivity to anybody who is going through that type of thing, and condolences to anybody who's lost anybody to that. I'm sure he was appreciative that it gave him a few more money. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you're on your way out, they give you a time of how long you got left. And sometimes that time is not necessarily accurate. You understand? But I'm sure if you're in that position, and let's say you know you got like a couple more months left, and you gain, like I said, you gained that one last beacon of hope. So basically he went out a happy man because he thought he was good. If you end up dying after you get the transplant done, he went out thinking he was gonna live the rest of his life. So I don't know if that's sad or if that's maybe it's a good thing. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have seen it coming. Shout out to him, though. Oh, really, Keith? Kidney failure is how I lost my mother. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. My condolences for sure, for sure. Yeah, I like for black people, that's a big thing, man. For a few different reasons. I got a cousin that I had lost last year. Um, yeah, yeah. I think my grandmother had passed from that. I don't want to get it confused, but yeah, definitely condolences to that, Wes, for sure, man. Hold on, y'all. Shout out Eddie Winslow. Eddie, it's the second time in the past couple of weeks that I mentioned a member of the Family Matters cast, bro. Shout out Eddie Winslow. I did not know that Eddie Winslow was into transgenders. Did y'all know that? I swear I had no clue. Apparently, he's been into transgenders. I'm one of the people who found out a little late. I did not know that. I had no clue. And there's no judgment coming from me. Did you know that, Goddess? I didn't know that. Shout out to Eddie Winslow. Do any of y'all know who Sydney Starr is? She's a transgender slash reality star, right? And maybe some of y'all heard about this too. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, for real? Well, him being in the transgenders, I ain't know that. I promise you I ain't know that, Roy. For real? Damn. Well, I'm trying to think. Did I hear this somewhere before? Maybe it just went out my head because I was like, oh, Eddie, you tripping. I really don't have no judgment on bro about that, though. See, I don't feel so bad because Wes, you didn't know either, huh? Damn, I didn't know either, but salute. Yeah, salute to him. You know what I'm saying? I listen, I don't talk down on how people choose to live their life because you only get one. If you want to experiment, that's your thing. I don't know, man. What Roy say? Shane was the biggest name linked to Sydney Star that caused his downfall, so we believe. Yeah, yeah, I had seen that. There was an interview not too long ago Chingy had did. I definitely remember that situation. Chingy was talking about how he felt like, I don't know if was it Vlad, who was it? It don't matter, but he was speaking about how he feels like that situation ruined everything. Ain't that a shame? That's not the first time he said that either. What was it she did? And she lied and say she had messed with him or something like that? That's a shame. You see how shit happens when somebody like makes up, you know, uh lies on your name and all that. Cause you remember back in them days, Chingy, he was, one of the best things out of St. Louis. You know what I mean? Like next to Nelly and a few others. Like that, that's terrible. All because of a lie. That's what I remember it being. I don't know. Gotta say she don't like Star at all. If she doing shit like that, you the cause of fools losing their, losing out on their career and their financial, like, nah, I can't rock with that. But anyway, yeah, she's still out here moving around. Sydney Star, you know what I mean? I remember she was on Love and Hip Hop. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop no more, by the way. I don't know how many of y'all ever watched Love and Hip Hop. I used to watch it. At one point in time, it was interesting. But I feel like these reality shows now, I feel like they're reaching. They're trying to recreate the storylines and the drama that they already had going on, and they doing whatever it takes to try to keep them numbers up. You know what I mean? I can't tell you the last time I watched a reality show. I don't even watch that new shit. What's that baddies? They got like different versions of it, like West and South and all that. I don't watch it no more. You know what I'm saying? The thing I grew up on was Bad Girls Club. I'm gonna leave it at that because I feel like they just doing extra shit to try to keep up. You can't compete with the original. That's just my opinion. Shay Lady, appreciate you, appreciate you. You already. What Roy say? You might be thinking about Malik Yo, a dude from New York undercover was the most recent to come out and express his love for the transgenders. Uh, I mean, I know, yeah, I know about him liking the transgenders, but I actually came across. I'm not saying Eddie just now came out and told everybody he's into transgenders. What I was going with, let me finish the story. I came across a story where Eddie from Family Matters and the Sydney Star chick, everybody going crazy because I guess they got together and they made an OnlyFans. And they kind of like teased the people. I don't call it a tease because I promise you I will not be clicking on it. They put out a photo of themselves, like all up on each other, and then they're promoting their OnlyFans, and they saying basically, if y'all want to see what we getting ready to do, if you want to see us get it cracking, then subscribe to the OnlyFans. I will do no such thing. I will do no such thing, fam. Yeah, I don't watch too much of those shows anymore. I don't put them down like that. But it's like I say, whether it's Drake and the Dwarfs or Eddie Winslow and the transgenders, live your life how you want to live it. That's why I can't be a religious person. That's why I can't be a Bible thumper, or Bible tapper, whichever one they, right? Because I feel like you got people who can be religious and they're not so much telling people, listen, you better change your lifestyle before, what I'm saying? You better make up with God before, right? People that wag their finger. But then you got those hardcore people who will straight up tell you. And they know damn well at one point in their life, they were just like that person. Even if you are in a better space now, understand at one point in your life, you wasn't thinking about no church. You weren't thinking about no Bible. You weren't thinking about, what God thought about you. Everybody has to come to terms with that on their own. I had some church boys come to my crib a couple weeks ago. Some white boys, they came, and just because I knew they was walking around and they just wanted to have a conversation with somebody, that this they got their quotas they need to fill or whatever. I stepped outside my door, had a conversation with them. Of course they invited me to church and all of that. And the thing about them church folk is they'll keep coming back. They'll keep coming back. What I'm saying? They gave me they gave me the cell number, like if you ever want to go to church with us, you know what I mean? Here you go. I was just being nice that day. You know what I mean? But where was I? Oh yeah, dwarfs and transgenders, which is the complete opposite of church. You know what I'm saying? What Roy say? My bad, I missed that one. Bad Girls Club, Flavor of Love were the best. I haven't cared for none after those because it repetitive, right? When new cast went, yeah. Uh, yeah, it's like they reach and they trying to keep up with what was already done, and you can't compete with that. When it's the first of something, you can try to duplicate it as many times, but it ain't gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here, they letting fools spit on each other and all that. Now they was trying that in the old shows, but I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. Like somebody wants to severely get hurt just trying to keep up with what was already done. Is it that damn worth it? A lot of preachers end up caught with them too. Oh, well, I ain't even gonna go there, or I ain't even gonna go there. Them preachers, they be some of the first ones, man. Like I haven't first let me answer Mr. West's question. What say you didn't allow yourself to be recruited? Nah, man, I didn't. Don't think that I didn't actually like give it thought, because just like if you've been through certain things in your life, when you come in contact with someone from the church and they're telling you these things, right? They even telling you, listen, there was a time where I was just like you. I had my situations in life. I didn't know if I was coming or going. I didn't want to live, that type of stuff. Who that is at the door? Hold on. Who that, Kevin? Hold on, Kevin. Yo,
What up, Realest?
Kevin,
What's
what's
good,
going
man?
on? What's going on,
Yeah,
my
man,
guy?
that blew my mind when you just said he was into transgenders like that because I used to watch Family Matters. It was heavy, man,
Oh,
back in the day.
The Eddie
Yeah,
Winslow joint, right?
yeah. I know
Yeah.
he does some other stuff, but damn, I didn't know he was into that like that.
Oh shit, man. I try to, I don't be into the celebrities like that.
Yeah,
There was a time when I used to like speak on celebrities a little bit, but that's something I didn't know. I wasn't necessarily shocked because these celebrities get into a little bit of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But only thing I say is, live your life how you want to live it. Ain't gonna
yeah,
have no judgment. I wouldn't
yeah.
do it, but I'm not gonna judge that man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I mean everybody gonna live their life how they want to live it. At the end of the day.
For sure, for sure.
So I
You know?
mean, at the end of the day, man, fathers got to protect daughters anyway, because at the end of the day, it's a girl at the end of the day. So if you have a son, they're gonna protect their son no matter what the situation is.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Um,
that's crazy. I mean, but you're right though. You gonna have bullies everywhere, no matter what age you is.
yeah. I remember I told a story where I had a bully, and when I was growing up in the projects, and I know how it felt to be. But I think we maybe a lot of people that's sitting here right now know how that feel. I ain't gonna lie. When I went through my situation, I was scared to death. You understand? That fool had me
Yeah, I
hitting
done been through
corners.
that. Yeah, I went through it in high school.
That fool had me hitting corners trying to get away from him. Everywhere I would go, pump, pump. Everywhere I went. That fool had me scared to death. I wasn't thinking about telling no parents or nothing like that. I remember years later, I had to tell my mother, like, you remember that kid that used to bully me and shit? She's like, you ain't never tell me about that. You don't be thinking about that because I'm thinking
No,
it's gonna make it worse. I'm thinking it's
yeah,
gonna make it worse.
yeah,
Like if I tell you that, he really gonna do something then.
yeah.
Who this man? Let me see. Puzzle pieces. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Appreciate
Yeah, man. I
everybody.
mean, yeah, it goes like that, man. Sometimes you want to say something, and then again, you be thinking like, "Damn, if I say something, he gonna see me somewhere."
Yeah, like, oh, you told your mom, pump.
Yeah, yeah,
Like going through that shit, man.
yeah,
Because he got to be the one to deal with that. Bob's got to deal, she can go to
yeah,
his mother, but
yeah,
what happens when the parents ain't around? It's back to the
yeah,
bullshit. You got to
yeah.
deal with it. Yeah.
Yep,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
yep. See,
Yo, they
but see,
got,
Millis, man, I'm glad you do stuff like this, man, because most creators really don't do stuff like this, like have real conversations.
yeah, I just, I mean, I be trying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
I just get up here, just, talk my stuff and, just react to what I see. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know you gonna be you regardless, good or bad.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I already know.
I just appreciate, I appreciate anybody that supported, rock with me, whatever the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What gotta say? I was the bully defender. Yeah, that's more so, that in that situation it kind of taught me that, and I don't know how many people even remember me doing a video on that. Like my first time on YouTube. That's what actually got me into YouTube. You know what I mean? That's how I became a content creator because there was somebody being bullied I was trying to defend, and they was being accused of being a scammer and all of this shit. It turns out that they actually were scamming and all of that. They was doing all of that shit. They was a lying motherfucker, fan. But I didn't know that. All I seen was somebody being bullied online, and I reacted. I'm like, yo, why don't y'all leave this person alone? So that taught me to kind of mind my business when it comes to
yeah,
this internet shit.
yeah.
You understand? Which goes into something I'm gonna bring up in a minute. Um,
I mean, cause sometimes, man, I mean, sometimes you want to step in, but sometimes you got to be smart too. You can't step into everything. You got to pick your battles wisely. If
yeah,
it
for
ain't got
sure.
nothing to do with you, stay out the way.
Yeah, man. Everybody don't look at it like that though. Some
Yeah,
people feel like Tia, appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know, appreciate everybody and all of that.
Yeah, you right though. Everybody got their own mindset at the end of the day.
Yeah. That brings me to something that, like, speaking of YouTube, right? I guess I might as well speak about it now because I was gonna bring this was actually a part of the topics I was gonna bring up. How many of y'all ever been in a situation on here where you got two people that are rocking with that used to rock with each other, but they no longer rock with each other, right? You got this chat, you got that chat, this content creator, that content creator. Something happens. And then you got the subscribers and you got the supporters who are kind of like still going back and forth between the two chats, right?
Mhm.
Some feel a way about that type of shit. That's when it comes into that's when that other shit comes into play of listen, if you rock with me, you can't go over there, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I experienced that when I first came on here to the point where to this day somebody has an issue with me. So I'm in the chat, I'm in the chat
Mhm.
the other day, and I'm supporting somebody who I knew on here for a little bit, but they're mad cool with another person who I also supported who's on here for a little bit. Now, what had happened, I'm gonna explain what happened. This person I used to support hard body, and there was another person that they were cool with. We was all cool basically. You know what I'm saying? I was going to both of their chats.
Mhm.
But something happened and shit ended up getting hectic and they stopped messing with each other. They started going at each other's necks. I'm talking about they started like just like violating out of each other, bro. They was literally putting up pictures of each other's mama. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Mhm.
everything you think of, they had did it. Now, this person didn't know this at first, but their chat had kind of like changed up, and there was people that was coming in there that I just had got a vibe off of. So I kind of stepped back. So I was
Mhm.
more on the other side. I didn't know how much they actually had an issue with me because they see me in the other chat. You understand? They thought that I
Mhm.
had went over to the other chat because I had chose my side, but no, it wasn't that. So they held that grudge against me all that time. Here it is. I'm in the chat the other day supporting basically like a best friend of them. They come in the chat. Now I leave out the chat. Boom, they come in. I take a peek back. You know how you leave a chat, you peek back in. I see,
Yeah.
and it's a female too. They was wilding. It's like, oh, you got this clown up in here, like they was making fun of my name and shit. It's like real what, nigga? Like you went, all of that. It's a female, mind you.
Mhm.
Now, I don't do the back and forth YouTube shit. I had my days with that. I'm not trying to do that no more.
Mhm.
Although, don't push me off the edge also. So what I did is I hit the person behind the scenes. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, we got an issue? I love how people will address you when they're in front of people, they'll address you a certain way. They'll get all bucked up on you, get all aggressive. But when you
Mhm.
pull their ass to the side and it's just you and them, the whole tone change about the situation. I love that
Mhm.
shit. I love that. But anyway, on this app, there will always be those situations where, some people understand it. Some people look at it like, just because I don't fuck with this person, don't mean I'm expecting you to just, be on my side or, I don't look at it like that no more, like sides and all of that shit. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
how I look at it.
Like your
Because
experience with
it's
that
like I
person,
always say, man, they want you to pick a side. I said that last year. I'm like, when they really
right,
come down to it, they gonna want you to pick it. You gonna rock with them or you gonna rock with that person?
right. Now I do understand that, sometimes it's like if a person goes far enough with what they're doing, and you don't rock with it being the type of person you are, then it's kind of like, wait a minute, I might need to step back because even though you don't support that, because when you're in certain chats and people are doing certain things, other people look at it as you supporting the bullshit that they're doing, but that's not always
Yeah,
the case.
yeah,
Unless you
yeah,
see me on a panel, unless you see me on a panel actually doing what they're doing to people, don't say I'm involved in anything. I can't be. A lot of times you go in chats just to say what's up to other people you see in there. It ain't even got nothing to do with what you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
that's. Hold on,
yeah.
let me look in here real quick. What did the boy say? Roy said I never pick sides. Too many of them. And yeah, that's another one right there, Roy. Too many
Yep,
of them
you
will get
right,
cool.
Roy.
No
You
matter how bad
100%
it
right.
is, they'll create division. They'll expect the chat just to be cool again because they say so. Yeah, that's another thing I learned. Somebody has said that to me a long time ago. Like, be careful of that because if you happen to get it, if you happen to join somebody's side, or you make a decision on who you feel like you're gonna rock with or whatever, those two people in that situation, then it's like, where does that leave you at? You might be looked at crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know
Mm-hmm.
when to play your part, when to play your position. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? Because
yep.
you're gonna be the one looking crazy at the end of it. Riaz, what's going on, bro? Little homie, what's going on, man? What God to say? If you tell me to pick a side, that makes me not want to deal with. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and I get it. I
yeah,
get
I
both sides of
understand
the coin.
it. Yep.
Hold on, let me drop this real quick again, just in case. Hold on. Anyway, I get it. Like, if I was somebody who is in a situation where I'm beef with somebody and they violated me to the utmost, you know, it could possibly make you question the other people. Like, you see what they're doing to me. How could you sit there? I understand that to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
think it depends on the situation. I don't know. I just think everybody got different perspective when it comes to that. Because I've been on here long enough to where I know I've been on here long enough to where I understand both sides. I can vouch for both of these. Like, some people might say that's why a lot of people say there ain't no friends on here. You can't make real friends on YouTube. A lot of people believe that. You know what I'm saying? I used to
Mm-hmm.
be one of those people. I felt like that. You couldn't, you know, at one when I first got on here, I was like, oh, there's some dope people on here. There's some cool ass people on here. At first I was like, yeah, there's some cool people on here. Like, yeah, I got some friends and all of that. But then, the longer I was on here, it was like, wait a minute, and then I kind of went towards, nah, you can't make no friends on here.
Yep.
You know, I mean, what's the definition of a friend though? Because
Yeah.
anybody can get a phone number or talk offline, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just because you got their Instagram or their phone number where you can text them. Have you ever met this person in real life? Did you meet them, like, in the flesh? Do you know their daily activities? Do you know what they're going through? Do you know their life? Do you know anybody that's related to them? Like, I don't know, man.
You can make a valid point, man. You
You
make a
know what?
valid point.
Yeah, just I think it just depends on everybody's perspective.
Yes.
At the end of the day, a friend is something. We talking about a genuine friendship. Somebody who years from now, maybe y'all will still be good friends. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people don't feel like that type of rapport, a genuine rapport, where it's like an actual friendship. You got friendship, you got associations, but there's a difference. I feel like people don't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
understand people that say there ain't no such thing as that. I get it. But I also understand the people that feel, it is possible. But
Yeah.
there's definitely some good individuals on here, but the energy changes after a while. Yeah, man. You know, I don't know, like like the way this app work. You're right. Like, the shit, like, it really does depend. Like, you could be cool with some, like, there's people that I met when I was first on here that I'm not cool with now. You just, like, when time goes by, you see what it is. Time is the test. Like, time,
Mm-hmm.
time tests everything. If
Mm-hmm.
it's really meant, if it's a genuine association that could be a friendship, everything will play out. You know what I mean? I think some people try to force it, Like for
Yeah.
instance, I see it every day. Like I seen a situation one time where this one lady was on here. She was established as a YouTuber. She had a monetized channel. She had all of that. And this one girl had just started coming on here, and she had helped this girl get her stuff up, get monetized, all of that. They two females, right? I don't even know how. To this day, I don't even remember how I even found these damn channels. I was on another side of YouTube completely. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been back since, but I don't know what it was, but something just didn't seem authentic about the friendship they had. Because I was watching them, because one of them, there was actually a cool chick. You know what I'm saying? She had
Hmm.
personality, so I would pop up and support. But something didn't seem right about the friendship that they had. Because I'm like, the other girl, she was kind of like, she was a little extra. One of them was laid back and more down to earth, and the other one was kind of a little bit more flashy. There was they had a big difference between the two. So I'm like, this don't seem like this is a real friendship. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened. And sure enough, I want to say a couple weeks later, all it took was for one thing to go wrong, and these females who had been, you know how females be. They talk on the
Yeah.
phone. They talk to
Hmm.
each other all day. They'll tell each other business, this, that, and the third.
Hmm.
All of that shit was out there for the whole damn YouTube to see. In her chat, the other one had all the other girl business in her chat, and the other one had all the other girl business in her chat. And it was like that for I think like a few months until they had told every detail of each other damn business, fam.
Hey.
She even told about the situations involving like domestic violence shit that she had going on with her man. She went that far with it. You know what I'm saying? So once that
Hmm.
shit get out there, it's ruthless. You
Yeah.
understand? Like this, there ain't no playing nice when you get into that type of game, fam. That shit's
Nah, it
crazy.
ain't. It ain't.
Each person has their own individual experience with people. But if you are disrespectful, I'm gonna bring it to your attention. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I
I
agree with that.
agree completely. Because when
Well,
it comes
shit.
to stuff like that, shit, people in the chat gonna get way disrespectful than the person that's hosting the channel. So
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, it could go either way.
Becca, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. The social media area done even caused adults to start using the word friendship. That's another thing I was gonna say, Roy. I think you're right about that. Didi, hey Didi, appreciate you. Appreciate you, sis. That's another thing that I wanted to say. Like, like I say, everybody is different. For some people, you don't know what type of friendship they have. You don't know what the rapport is when they're not around. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, when you meet somebody and you got certain associations, you take it off the app and you talk on the phone, and you know you you text each other and stuff. Nobody knows what you talk about and stuff like that. Nobody knows the real but those two people.
Yeah.
But being on this app, I'm not gonna lie. People do throw around like the word friend, and like me, like anytime whether if it's a female, I say, "What up, sis? What's going on?" Right?
Hmm.
Or if it's a dude, I say, "What up, bro? What's going on?" But those are
Hmm.
just my words. You
Yeah.
understand? That's
Yeah.
not me actually saying that I think this person is my brother, because, and respectfully, on the respectfully, I don't know this person to the fullest to say that is. You know what I'm saying? I got family members that, like, people who I grew up with as brothers, that I don't call my damn brothers today because of shit that they done did. The fact of the
Hmm.
matter is, those words do get thrown around too loosely, because we all got family members and friends and shit we don't fell out in real life, people that we actually came up with in the motherfucking sandbox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those are people that you actually grew up with, went through, until you go through something with a motherfucker. You can't necessarily put that stamp on it. You got to go through something to see how that relationship is going to be after the fact. It's easy to call somebody or brother or sister when everything is good. It's about when shit get rocky. They still
Yeah.
gonna be the bro and sis then. You know what I'm
No.
saying? So people throw that shit
No.
around a bit too loose.
No, you not. No, you not. You might make up after the fact all of whatever been done is done, but it's gonna take time. for it to heal. You think they gonna make up right away?
Mm-hmm. Let me drop this joint again. I'm trying to drop the link like every couple of minutes because me, I start, once I get in my zone, I don't be thinking about no link. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Willie, you stay
I
on the
think
go.
there's times when I think people be wanting to jump up here. When people actually want to jump up here, I don't be thinking about that. I be talking my shit and be like, let me talking my shit and I'm getting up off here. You know what I'm saying? What gotta say. If I call you my friend and we fall out, I'm not going to tell you business because we had a bond at one time. But everyone not like that. I agree. I agree
Yes,
with
he
that.
right about that. He definitely
Um,
right about that.
that's the worst thing you could do. As
Mhm.
if you call yourself at one, even if it was one point in time, you know what I mean? At the same time, I act accordingly. It's like I would never do that to somebody. But what if that person does it to you? What then? God is, do you still you still stand on your principle and be like, well, they did it to me, but I'm not gonna go that route. I'm just, I'm gonna be the bigger person. If you feel like you want to tell what I told you and be a fucked up individual, you go ahead, but I'm gonna still stand on mine. It's like what then? Because that's how a lot of situations, that's how they kind of like continue. One
Yeah.
of those people, they cross that line and then there ain't no going back because now it's about retaliation. And then boom,
Yep.
you got back and forth that goes on. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Hmm.
Roy says, you got folks that call each other friends that you can see only cool because they share a yeah, See, Roy, he been around long enough. They share a common dislike for another group or person. That's when you see them start throwing one another business out there. That part right there, I know probably like 20 people who are in cahoots. They don't really got nothing in common like that. They don't, right? It's basically another side of the sector, basically. You know what I'm saying? If you are
Hmm.
somebody who believes in this sector shit, some people say it's just YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that divides us are the people we subscribe to. But anyway, there's people who be in the chats together, right? They ain't never met each
Hmm.
other. They ain't never really had no actual, genuine conversation on the phone. They don't know nothing about each other life or nothing like that. But because they all hate the same motherfucker, that's what brought them together. And then after that, after they done teamed up, because they all hate that person, what happens is they end up switching up. It's like shit I done seen on here. I done seen people kind of like play. What's the name of that game? What's the name of that game with the chairs? When you go around the chairs and then you sit down after the music stops.
Musical chairs.
Music, it's like that. It's like that. Like swing, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody's like moving around. I mean, that might not even be the right thing, but it basically like swapping partners. I say something like that. You know what I'm saying? Either they're cool with this one person, something might happen, and then it's like the person that they was both mad at, one of them end up teaming with that person, and then they get mad at the other person. I see this shit is wild on here, fam.
I
This
done
app,
seen it too. So.
this app out control.
Mhm.
What would I say? I agree with D there. Yeah. See, I done been there. You done seen that. I done done that. But I've never like did no shit like put up nobody pictures, nothing like that. The only thing I've ever done was just like roast somebody on here. I've never, did no crazy shit to nobody on here. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, that's why I learned on this app. You gotta learn when to mind your business. For me trying to do the right thing, that's what got me in a situation where I had to defend myself. And if anybody had heard what I said before, it was literally a group of women, fam. It wasn't no men. It was a group of women who was covered after me, doxing me and shit. How do you deal with that? So you tell me how you deal with that. So I did it the best way I knew how. You understand?
Mhm.
I was just roasting their looks, and they was getting mad off of that. And I think that they thought because they found out where I had lived and they was putting that up, they figured I would just like bow down to them, like just
Mhm.
give them the victory and shit. So I had got petty as hell. I'm like, I'm gonna roast the shit out of them because it's not like they was all that good looking anyway. So I said, oh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
have fun with this. I'm gonna have fun with this. but I just tore their ass up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Me and a couple of other people, we basically ended up running them off the app. But they were some bullies. There was people who was scared of them damn women on here. So we did a lot of people a favor. Yes, I do, no matter what, because I take the word friend something dear to me. They look stupid to people who been right. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Um, you know, yeah, I believe that this app kind of like I don't know if changes people is the right word because we don't know people for who they are when they come on here. You know, there are people who come on here like when you see people doing a lot of the evil shit they do, that's just them. They do that
hmm,
shit even off the app.
yeah,
But people who come on here as good people and the app itself is kind of like what changes them. Them getting involved with certain people and them being in the situations that they're in on here, that's what, you know, turns them into that person to they get involved with that shit. You
hmm.
understand? So hold on, did I miss anybody? No. Let me see. Yeah, but this app, I do feel like it's kind of like crack in a way. I said this
Yeah,
before.
it
You
is.
understand? Because some people can't handle it. Like
Nah,
some
they
people,
can't.
they get a taste of this app, and then it's like, you know what I mean? It's not supposed to be for half the shit that we see on there. You
Nah, it
understand?
ain't.
But it's been like that way before even I came on here. And there's a lot of people I know that just came on here within the past year, the past 2 years, past 3 years. You know, this is like my fifth or sixth year on here. I tell people that all the time. So I've seen it all. You know what I mean? So I can tell people
Hmm.
some things. You understand? Anytime I
Hmm.
meet somebody who's coming on here for the first time, I just tell them, listen, the best thing I could tell you, stay in your lane. If you got a reason to be on here, but don't put your business out there. Don't tell nobody on here your business. You know?
Exactly.
And it's like this. I can sit here and say, um, you know, like don't tell nobody um your business because people will learn to tell it and shit. But when you're a genuine person yourself, you might forget about, oh, let me not tell my business because they'll go tell my business. Because if you're a genuine person yourself, you're not thinking like that. When you think a certain way, you expect people to think like you. You forgetting that everybody doesn't think like you. If you're a real
Yeah.
one and you actually stand for something, if you got morals, if you got your own principles, then you're not even
Hmm.
thinking, oh, me talking to this person, telling them about this one situation I had going on in my life. I'm not thinking they're gonna go back and tell. That's something I would never do. You
Hmm.
understand? It just go to show you the difference of the personalities that's on here.
Hmm.
Where it says most people live double lives on social media in the real world. Yeah,
That's a definite fact right there.
for the sake of like the donations and the views and all of that, a lot of people come on here and they play a character. You understand?
Hmm.
That's how they make their money. That's how they built their channel. They're a character. You
Hmm.
understand? But for me, it was never like that because I could never do that. Like no matter what type of content I did, I never changed up like the type of person that I actually was. Hold on, let me read this comment. Puzzle says, I feel that people nowadays don't know how to be a friend. I have friendships for 20 plus years that we had more like blood related than our own blood. I mean, that's a blessing right there. That's a
Yeah, that
blessing.
is.
That's a blessing. I can't necessarily say the same for myself, so that's a blessing. Anybody who got friends for that long, that's a blessing. Social media allows people to be in the character they want to be. I think we all got to remember that, D. I ain't gonna lie. I think we all got to remember that, you know, because
Hmm.
when you see a lot of situations play out, you think to yourself, how can they feel comfortable going to bed at night after they did what they did, after they done showed their ass on this app the way they did, right?
Yeah.
And for them, that's just what it is. Once they open
Yeah.
up the computer or the laptop or the phone, it's like a costume gets put on, right?
Yep.
and they're just performing in front of a group of people that they'll never meet a day in their life. And after they're done, they go back to their real life. They leave it at that, and they're cool with that. But I
Mhm.
actually have a conscience, and I feel like there's a limit. You understand? Even if you
Yeah.
do portray a certain character on here, once you take it to the extent of putting somebody business out there, or like putting up a picture of somebody's, let's say their deceased mother's casket. Like, I've seen shit like that too. Um, that ain't that's beyond playing a character, fam. Come
Yeah.
on, that's
Hmm.
beyond playing a character. That shit crazy. What Becca said. Social media can be very addictive. It's very toxic. I must admit. But the good thing about you though, Becca, I say you stay to yourself from what I could tell. So you in the clear. You shouldn't have nothing to worry about. I think if a lot of people could go back in time, they would say, you know what, I'm gonna just stay in my own lane. And it's about how you move, how you operate, go off the vibes, and you figure out what type of crowd you want to be around if you do want to be around a group of people. I feel like
Hey,
social media allows them to be who they really are since they don't have to show their face if they don't want to. That too. Let me see. These comments trying to go on fast now. Puzzle pieces, a lot of mental health people. Yeah. A lot of the times people don't even care. Look at Tommy, he's made a nice living here. Bashing. Yeah, I can't stand that motherfucker, Roy. Right. And it's well known that he sleeps with the exactly. He be tearing them women ass up, and
yeah,
then
he
he
be killing
then
them.
he be tearing their ass up verbally, and then he be tearing
Mhm.
their ass up in a whole different way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But, you got to look at them crazy. Like, how y'all feel? This man violating y'all, calling y'all monkeys, talking about the way y'all look and all of this shit. And
Hmm.
you gonna lay down with him? You gonna open your legs for the fool? That's crazy.
Hey,
That shit crazy. Rebecca say that's a fact. Like these man celebrities, um, that people don't know me from the home and the wall. Thinking they know everything about. Yeah. If you want to come up here, you can come up here, back. This is a reason I come up here late hours. You know what I'm saying? If you get too out of control, I'll let you know. Like, all right, Becky, let's tone it down a little bit. But I ain't mad at nobody cursing or whatever. Let's get it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
well, I realist, man. Thanks for letting me come up, bro. For real.
I appreciate you coming up here and listening to me talk my stuff, man. Always appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. No problem.
Already.
All right.
I couldn't do anything like that, regardless if I have a problem with them or not. Right? Yeah, I hear you, Keith. If you if you if you are a type of person, for some people, it's like this. If you are uh if you stand for certain things and you believe in certain things, there's nothing that can mess with that. For some people, it's like that. There's nothing that can change that. There's nothing that can tamper with that. But at the end of the day, some people, it's like they're human. And I think on this app it's like pressure at times because people get back into a wall and they end up turning into the monster. When you're dealing with a monster, it's like you end up turning into one yourself because you get backed up into the damn wall. You know what I'm saying? It's like, mm-mm-mm. What you say? I leave the con because that's me talking. But let me know if you want to come up here though. I don't even know if the link is down there still or not. Yeah, I know Becky. I know she do got a crazy mouth, but it ain't that bad. You can curse as much, just as much as me. So, hey yo, so hold on. This one dude, can you imagine being in a situation where you get locked up? This is a dude that got locked up for what? Uh, purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana operating motor vehicle without registration or valid license plate, possession of firearm, knife during committing when committing of a crime, I think. And because this dude looks a certain way, all these women want to help bail this dude out. This dude got locked up for all of this shit, and all these women seen his picture, and they want to bail this dude out. Instead, can you imagine looking? Hold on. Who's this? Who that is at the door? Who that is at the door? Who that word? Yo,
What up, though? Here.
you kind of low. I can hear you just a little bit, but you kind of low. Kind of low.
Oh, let me try to plug it up. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you a little bit better. A little bit better.
I gotta set the mic on. Bro, I was listening to the from the beginning. I had to jump in the shower and stuff, but yeah, that probably would be me as that parent, bro. That'll
Hold on, I
probably
got
that.
somebody else back here. Hold on, who's this? Back in. Hold on.
What up? Hey, Realest.
Hey, what's going on, Becca? How you?
I'm good. How you doing? Oh, I see you got somebody up here.
Yeah, this is the brother Word right here. Word, this is Becca.
How you
Okay.
doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good.
That's good.
Y'all do me one favor, hold it down for me. I gotta go grab something. Just give me like 6 seconds.
All right.
Oh, you got the flow. You got the flow.
So, what was you talking about? Because I just came up on here.
He was talking about a lot of stuff. I took him back to the beginning of the show. He was talking about it was a kid at a school getting bullied, and
Mm.
her father went up to the school and ended up beating up the father of the girl who was bullying his daughter. So
Oh,
that'd probably be me.
yeah. I think I saw a story like that a while back. That's crazy. I think I saw a story where the father, he fucked up the kid. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I hit a dude in his mouth because this girl kept talking crap to me. I'm like, I'm not gonna hit her. I'm gonna hit him. I was drunk though at the club.
Mm. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna put myself on mute until Willis come back, cause yeah, I'll probably have more to talk about then. But Willis is always leaving alive, like oh, like my nigga.
Realist be multitasking. Realist is a busy man. He be
Yeah,
doing multiple things at a time. Do you got a channel?
yeah. It's called Becca is Evolving. I joined. I think it was. I don't even think it was last week. I think it was just like a couple days ago. It was me and it was a female that was already on the panel. Camilla, I forgot her name.
Oh, yeah, I might have missed that one.
Hmm.
I might have missed it.
Diddy saying LOL. Yeah.
I can see the chat. I ain't got my chat up.
All right, my bad, my bad. I said
Go ahead,
6 seconds, but
guys. He finna. I don't know what God is talking about. But
so
yeah,
what was y'all talking about? Appreciate y'all holding it
I
down
was
for
saying
me.
that'd definitely probably be me as a parent. I didn't want to take you all the way back, but when I heard that, I was like, man, I tried to hurry up and get up here, but my son woke up and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I'm
But
having a hard time here. I'm having a hard time hearing you, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
let me see if I can hook this up. Last ditch effort. I know sometimes like this Bluetooth is trash.
There's somebody else coming in. Who else? Oh, what
But
happened?
yeah, Realist, on the other live you was talking about that thing that happened. I think it was in the Bronx when the guy he swung the hoop over her neck. Now
Mm-hmm.
Remember on the other live, I was saying, I wish that she would have defended herself, but I guess I didn't read the full article, and maybe some more details came out, later on or like the next day. But she was hard. I was like, damn. And I don't know, I feel like I was being a bit, harsh in the beginning because I didn't really know the full story, whatever, whatever. But damn. Mm.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think shit. It wasn't really no way to defend herself against that shit. The way that happened, like, because you can see how her neck, it's like her body kind of like collapsed after she hit the ground after he started dragging her. I think he knew, like that dude, he was kind of like, he seemed like he was a pro at that. So it seemed
Shit.
like he kind of knew what spot to kind of like touch on with that damn loop. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody who did that a
Mhm.
couple times. So
Word. Yeah, that's true. I was just, feeling like I wish that she would have I guess gotten up, but not blaming her, just mad at the situation. But, more details that came out, I was like, damn,
yeah.
that's
Um,
unfortunate.
well, from my understanding, they did arrest the old boy. That's just the last of what I had heard. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
So that's good. You know what I mean? I
Oh,
thought I had to come on here and apologize because I had got information that he was an immigrant, but they said he was a black dude. They said he was a black dude from what I had started hearing. I'm like, damn, let me get up here and run that back.
oh,
Oh, my bad, y'all. I thought that was an immigrant. My bad. Not to say that
oh,
he's still out here acting crazy.
man, as it shit, but shit, you ain't never lied, as you said, man. He done had some practice before. Like what? Mm.
Hell yeah.
I saw this thing on the news. This happened in Florida just a couple days ago. And this woman from Haiti, she adopted two kids, a 16-year-old and a little boy. I don't know what age he was though, right? When she adopted him. This evil bitch done came to this country and you know what I'm saying? She drowned the boy. She beat the boy. She and
Oh,
then she told the 16-year-old to tell the cops that he just fell. What? But after they did the the autopsy and everything,
mm-hmm.
they saw his bruises and that he was being abused for a very long time. So it's a lot of sick and evil people out here. I forgot how old he was. I think 3.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
unfortunate.
That sounds familiar right there.
Yeah, that only happened a couple days ago in Florida.
You hear me a little clear or still?
I can hear you a little bit. You still kind of low. Can y'all? How good can y'all hear him?
Nah, I can't hear
Yeah, you
not
still
that
Yeah,
low.
well. Or
that's
maybe
like,
it's
like
low tone. I don't know.
no, it's I always have problems when I come on here with my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. When it seemed like when we using the phone, that's why anytime I come up here, I gotta use the laptop because I had problems with my damn phone all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down, but try to real quick to say I was trying to hook this mic up. I got an external mic, but it won't sync already. I'm gonna drop down.
All right, bro. Okay, you see.
All right. Guess it's just you and me.
Great love, my nigga. So much, man. I appreciate you guys. You already know. You already know. I never even planned on being up here that long, but I guess it wouldn't be vamp hours if I was up here for a little bit.
Hmm.
The youngest was
Oh.
4. That happened not too. Oh, so Roy knows. He knows what you're talking about. He said that happened not too far from him, and the youngest was
Mm.
4. Damn.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. Crazy. Poor little boy. So thank God he's out of his misery now, dealing with that demon. Ew.
That's a shame, man.
It's a damn shame. And but here's my thing, like when people give up their kids for adoption, I mean, yeah, I know everyone's situation is different and you can't take care of a kid, whatever, whatever. Do you think that they're going to be, raised by someone who's loving and nurturing? No. They're going to come across people like her.
Yeah. It's cliche to say this, but it's messed up how like a lot of people can't even like have kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got to go
Yes.
through. What's the name of that? It starts with an I. I forget the name of it.
It's called IVF. I think I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, 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 yeah. There you go, there you go. A lot of people got to have things like that done,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like the people who do end up having kids, they end up doing some of that crazy shit. So,
Mm-hmm. But the woman who can't bear children, right? Who would be loving and nurturing and just, pour just all that they have in them onto a child. They can't have kids. But the abusive motherfuckers can be having 10, 20, 30. It's crazy.
hmm either the ones that abuse or don't be taking care of them most. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how it's not even a stereotype. It's kind of what it is. When it come to majority of black men, that's why I could shout out to bro West in the chat because he's a black father. He holds it down for his kids. But there's a lot of dudes that they do what they do, and they just leave the kids. They don't stick around or nothing. So I knew from a young age I wasn't trying to have no babies early. I already knew what it was. While all my homies was going around, sleeping around, doing all of this, I'm like, nah, I ain't even playing around like that because I don't want no kids. I was way ahead of my time. I was wise. I'm like, I ain't doing that
Of
because
course.
you know what I'm saying.
Of course. And I don't get it. I I'm so glad, I don't have children of my own, and I've made somewhat, I've made some smart decisions, but it's crazy to me how, okay, you a bitch, you got one child and the man not there, whatever, but it's you keep on having, different, uh, you keep on having kids by different males, and it's none of them even love you or their child. Why? To put that burden on yourself.
Hmm
And it's, to be honest, it's unfair to the kids too. The kids who grow up, I don't know if you ever came across a female like this, or you had a family member, but it was this one specific woman. She was, because she was, I guess, mad at her situation, and she had a whole bunch of kids by a whole bunch of different men. She was just, mad at the situation, and a lot of these types of people, they tend to take out their anger on their kids. No,
hmm
it's not your child's fault they don't that they're hungry, or that they don't have the right clothes, or that they need money for a trip, or that they simply exist. That's your fault. Fuck out of here.
hmm
Mm-mm-mm. I'm glad. Like, and when I was in ninth grade, you had this one chick who got pregnant in the school. And even then, I'm like, yo, what is crazy how you throw your whole life away? Or bitches that's 16, 17, 18, 19, even 20 is young. Like, ew, for a
Yeah,
male that just wants to, who just wants to get his rocks off.
yeah, yeah. They don't be thinking about that. That's why I feel like I'm fortunate because, like I said, when I was rolling around with certain, like my brothers who's young, they was into some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was being reckless to the point where I was surprised. I mean, one of them ended up
Mm,
having kids at an early age, but
mm.
ultimately, like I said, I was thinking way ahead. I was moving way more carefully there because
Of course.
I already knew.
Of course. And to be honest, I don't know how these bitches do it with all these damn kids. It's bad enough that I'm struggling to take care of myself and I'm poor. You get what I mean?
hmm
I mean, having a dog is an expense, but you have to feed it, you have to if you go away, you gotta find somebody to watch, you know what I mean? It's a responsibility. I couldn't imagine
But you
having a
know what?
child.
You just said it right there. Um, a lot of women figure once they have the kid, once they have the baby, that's gonna actually, help gain some type of financial, You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no. Mm. And that's the sad part because whatever little scraps of pennies or nickel and dimes that the government is throwing your way, I mean that's only meant to not only encourage you to have more kids, but to keep you in that low position. But you getting $200 a month for the bullshit food stamps. But that's a lot to people who have nothing, and that's this. But to be honest, like the females, only these specific types of females, but the females who do keep laying down, these males who don't give a shit about them and they leave, they're not there. Like, and I said this before, like, you have to take responsibility for allowing them to do that to you. And,
Mm.
allowing yourself to just, because I don't, okay, one kid, okay, bitch, you didn't learn your lesson the first time? But I see
Nah,
two, three, four, oh, whew, mm, mm,
nah, they don't be learning no lesson.
mm.
Like I know a chick. Um, I haven't talked to her in years, but let me see. Altogether, she got I want to say 8 or 7 kids, something like that. And she just, she was having them like she was having them like back to back. I mean, she like since she wasn't like as a teenager having the kids, but since the age of being young until she was in her 30s, just like every couple of years, she had, babies by different dudes or whatever the case is.
Mm,
As a woman, that would be the scariest thing for me to like, be in a situation where now I couldn't be that reckless to have babies by different men like
mm,
that. We talking about probably like 2 babies per dude type shit. You know what I'm saying? That might
and
be
none of
off the
them,
board, but
and all they want to do is ejaculate in you. That's the sad part. I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna let you read the comment because it just came up on us.
mm, yeah, I brought a couple of cans of formula. That was my nephew's. Only lasted a week. I spent almost 150 on that alone because the cans of formula $60. Damn.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
See?
Yeah.
And usually I'm the type of person. What I used to say is I don't. My thing would be I can't say I feel bad for women who put themselves in that position. That used to be my
Mm-hmm.
perspective of it because it's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a choice. You don't have to lay down. You don't have to do all of that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I got sympathy for everybody, but I'm just saying, what's gonna come
Mm-hmm.
out of that decision.
Right. And then once you, and that's the thing is that there's no change of behavior pattern. It's like you make the same repetitive quote unquote mistakes. No, they're not mistakes at this point. Come on. But it comes from a place of annoyance and
Mhm.
disappointment. And I don't know how these females do it, but I don't know because I would not be one of them.
Yeah, well, you definitely, obviously you always use your brain because I know that, you're at a certain age where usually like a lot of women that I know by that age, like when I was in school, right? By the time I got to my 20s, the females I went to school with when they was at like around your age, they like, all pretty much had kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So shout out to you for moving the way you do. You know what I mean? Like that's a
Of
blessing.
course.
It seemed like it's literally a blessing to be at that age and not have kids today. And to anybody listen, I'm not saying that kids aren't a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Kids are a blessing.
Yes,
Just
but when you're poor and you have nothing to offer, that's not a blessing, that's a curse.
yeah, that's next level. That's something. That's something
Shit.
else right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shout
Yeah.
out to the single mothers who are handling their business, because once you had the kid, ain't no going back. So the only thing you can do is,
Mm.
stand on business, whether there's a father there or not. So shout out to the women who standing on business, man.
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah.
I'm always baffled at the dudes that complain about paying child support. They end up having
Like,
after one,
I mean,
right?
you
As
have
they
to
own.
laugh at it, because it's like, wow. But then I have to, but it, whenever I think about, things like that, or that crosses my mind, I think about the female and I say, why did you lay down? Because usually it's not like a one time thing. It be like multiple different, you know, fathers of the child, or they have, what kills me? When they have more than one child by the same man who not doing shit for the child. You dumb bitch.
Mhm.
At this point, don't blame nobody.
And
But
Roy, you right about that, Roy, because it's like they basically about to repeat the cycle again. That they know what they went through, them 18 years of paying child support, baby mama drama included, and all of that shit, and then they
mm,
like they ready to go and do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't fix stupid, man. Some people I don't know, man. I
oh
think that kind of
Lord.
go back to what I was talking about earlier when I started off the live. I'm like, when you look at the things certain people do, you can never tell somebody how to live their life, but it's like you think that certain people don't even appreciate, you know,
Mm,
like life in general, like the decisions that certain people make. Like you can't complain about shit that you're doing back. If you're doing it purposely and it's a pattern, you can't complain about that to nobody.
mm, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I agree. But because part of me, does feel like that there's reasoning behind everything, and people do things based off of their past experience, whatever, whatever. I understand all of that, but back to what we said, like there becomes a point in time where I feel like, like it's just part of growing and maturing. Like do better, change your behavior, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I have like 110 topics that I could talk about, but I can't think of them right now. But then when I get off of the live, I'm gonna be like, oh, why didn't I talk about this? Why didn't I talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, if you could think, anything you could think of, just throw it out there or whatever.
Yeah.
This is a free for all, you know what I'm saying? Down to talk about whatever. Like all the topics that I had, I probably a lot of the times I end up on here longer than I am because longer than I plan to be because everything that I got in my mind to speak on, I basically like get it out the way within the first about 40 minutes.
Mm, that's good. Yeah, yeah. That's usually me when I'm on live. Like if I have a topic, man, listen. Like I don't know what else to talk about. I done said it all.
What is it with this damn like they would even though I don't care about this situation, but you can't really go to any sites without seeing the name. Like either if it's not Kendrick, if it's not Drake, then it's Meek Mill. Like
I know.
everybody, everybody, everybody's making fun of Meek Mill because of this damn picture he took at the beach. And because he got a little bit of sand right there in the middle between his eyes, they're trying to say that that's something that Diddy left on his face. That's crazy.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Wow.
I mean, he was looking a little bit too happy in the picture, but damn, they jumping to all types of conclusions.
Yeah, the internet isn't like a frenzy, but that's every day. But now it's crazy.
Then it has its positive side, but then it's kind of like a devil's playground. All the lies and deceit and
Mm.
trickery and all of that extra stuff that comes with it. You really can't lose. You can't win for losing with the internet. So
That's a fact. One thing that really stood out to me about this Cassie and Diddy thing, and I don't talk about celebrities because I don't care about them, But one thing that did stand out to me was the fact that you could be, compensated very well for being abused. And that's crazy to me, like how someone, supposedly raped you, abused you for all these years. But oh, I got the money, so now it's okay. Like, and I understand it happened a long time ago. There's nothing that you could do to fix it. But I mean, wouldn't you want justice? Not I mean, I just don't if I'm Ard, I mean, what is the money gonna do? I mean, I feel like I was like this happened but it's like I'm taking the money to what? To brush my pain under the rug. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Mhm. Shout out to shout out to this lady, right? It just go to show you that it don't matter what age you're at, you can always like turn your life around. You can always do something with your life, no matter what age you get. There's just some 69-year-old lady who became a registered nurse despite her age, right? After working as a certified nurse's assistant for like 6 years. Like they had her on the news and all of that stuff. So everybody's like giving her praise and shout outs because nobody would have thought that a woman at that age, you know, will become a registered nurse like later that late in their years, and she black too, so that's something to be proud of. We got a black woman who, didn't let nothing stop her. She didn't let her age stop her or nothing. She still went to work for it, got her stuff right, and became that. And that's something that's dope right there. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to her. A lot of people feel like when they reach a certain age, oh, I can't do this. Nah, get that shit. Nah, that shit is for the birds, man. You're able. You're living. You have a brain. You have eyes. You have hands. Like, come on, you can do
Hold on a second. True, the same with R. Kelly. What he did was wrong, but I hate the parents getting off scot free. Even him, well, cool, let him do what he did for the financial gain. Right, I know what you're saying, Rose. How is
it.
that no different than extortion? Right. And I
Mm-hmm.
tried to stay away from that situation, but I know that much about it. I do remember the parents like being involved in all of that shit. And like I remember like a year ago, I heard something about R. Kelly supposed to be like coming home or something like that. I ain't hear nothing else about it, but obviously that ain't the case. But
Mm.
yeah, so that's crazy. They ass should be locked up too, then ain't it? If they was
Of
doing
course
all
they should. I watched the documentary, and it's crazy to me. R. Kelly, he said this. He said, "How come y'all start complaining when the money stopped flowing in?" And that's the
that.
sick part about it, because as a parent, the fact that you allowed your minor to go with this man, just with, oh, it's R. Kelly, he gave you a little dough or whatever, so the parents was probably feeling like, okay, I'm gonna let her chill with this man. He gave me a little money to hold. You're an ass. So the parents are at fault.
Yeah, ain't that a shame right there, man? Like
Hmm.
the only reason the only reason these spoke out at all is because they was getting them. That's terrible. That's
Yeah,
terrible. Like they don't give a damn about their kids, man. That's crazy, bro.
yeah,
They should be ashamed to even speak. They should have been ashamed to even speak out at all. Like
of
speak on
course,
anything at all, bro.
of
Mm-mm.
course. Or even the people who, because I heard that there was some scandal that came out about some Nickelodeon stars or some shit,
Oh yes.
and
Uh-huh.
and a lot of parents do this, whether it's a camp or a program, I don't know, just anything, right? Sending their kids away. And like, you put your trust in these agencies, or like a modeling agency, acting agency, whatever, and like you send your child away thinking they're in good hands. Why? You don't know these people from a hole in the wall, but trust
Mhm.
in them. I don't get it. You have some really sick people out here.
Yeah. I did see some of that documentary too. What was it called? I think it was called Quiet on the Set. Where they had some Nickelodeon stars and they had some Disney stars. Just recently, the one chick from I don't know if you remember this show. You might have been like probably mad young around that time. You remember the show called All That? It used to come on Nickelodeon.
No, I was more of a Disney person, but no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that used to be the shit too. Her name is Lori Beth. I forgot the other name, but now it's crazy. Like every couple of months now, ever since that documentary come out, all these stars is coming out talking about shit that they dealt with
Yeah.
these damn. I hope you two don't strike me from this. These
Mhm.
molesters. Maybe I should just say
Mhm.
touchers. I'll just say that because you two be bugging. But
Word, sensitive asset. Yeah.
how the fuck does something like that happen when you got your parents, you know,
No, no, because a lot of times the parents are not there, so the if you just that's like sending a child to a stranger's house. The people could do whatever they want because there's no one to oversee what's happening.
yeah. I guess what I mean is like all these years later, now they feel comfortable talking about it, but it's like that shit should have been like, how come
Mhm.
like you know what I mean? I figured you would go to your parents like even a couple years after that happened, like going back to what I said about the bullying thing. Like a lot of people don't tell their parents about that at first because it's like when you're in the situation, you feel like that's going to make it worse. But as a
Of
couple
course.
years go by, you open up. It's like till this 2024 and we talking about these situations from what um from maybe somewhere around early 2000s and late 90s and stuff like that,
Mm.
and
Well,
everybody thought that what's his name, Orlando Brown, everybody thought that boy was tripping. Everybody thought that that boy was like making up all these stories about some of the shit that he's seen and all of this. Like I felt like there was some truth to it, but I do feel like he be putting on some type of act to a
of
degree.
course. Nah, he's definitely under the influence. But I feel you. Like maybe some shit that he said, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He has some valid points.
Hold on.
Um,
Yeah. Hold
but
on.
to answer your question, I was
Yeah.
saying.
What's going on, Riz? Hold on 1 second. Go ahead and say what you was gonna say, Becky.
Oh, I was just saying. To answer your question, I would say, a lot of times people they may not feel comfortable confiding in the parents. So I don't want to put too much. Oh God, I done put so much pressure on the victim who got her neck yanked back. But I'm trying to, protect the victim in this situation. But no, I don't want to really blame the victim, but like it could be hard to confide in your parents or express to them how you're feeling or what you're going through. So I mean, it's easy to say, "Oh, why didn't you speak up?" But like I mean, when you're in that situation, it's like, how can I tell my parent? I mean, they sent me away here. Like, are they even going to believe me? Like, you know what I mean? It's not easy.
hmm Hey,
Mm-hmm.
mate, appreciate you. What's going on, Riz?
Okay. Wait, so surprising as well. In the UK, we have a guy named Tim Westwood, right? Very famous though, right? And there's like basically there's allegations against him since 1992, 2017. Basically, what happened was when the allegations came out, though, I didn't want to believe it at first because, people just make up stuff at first, but then slowly more comes. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, right? And so afterwards, first he had to resign from his show and he went into hiding as well. And he fled all the way to Nigeria. Tim Westwood fled to Nigeria, so that kind of shows you he's guilty. I didn't want to believe it though. Hard to.
Right. Yeah, that's how it is. When you hear those things about certain people, you don't want to believe that type of stuff. It
Hmm.
show you there's always another
Yeah.
side than what we know about people. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. You never know what that person is doing when they're not around people. So, that's how it is.
Hmm. I'd also say as well, though, like basically, I didn't want to believe it, but it's hard to because it's like 40 years of him being in that type of culture, and then the entire UK hip hop culture and everything, and people kind of use him as basically to build a stepping stone to go to where they need to go to. It's hard to, but I get where you're coming from as well. And for some people, it's not easy to come out as well, though, because some people are very what you call it. Them people, doing it though have like the resources to just dissolve it quick. It's not as easy, but I get you on that.
Hmm. Yeah, man. It's wicked out here, yo. Let's see. Damn, so this transgender chick got caught on tape um murdering this dude in broad daylight. She ran this dude over and then kissed his body and then stabbed him 9 times. What kind of shit is
Fucking
that?
What?
sick, yo.
That should sound like some ritual type of shit. That's
Mhm.
crazy. Yo, what's going
Damn.
on, man? My bad.
I can't say I'm surprised.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised, but damn, like
Mm, mm,
Mm-hmm.
I would have had their picture up, but I ain't gonna put that picture up. They look too crazy. I ain't gonna put that up there, man.
Oh wow.
Why you kissing the man body?
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah, some people are sick.
it sound like some type of ritual type of thing.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's so sad though. Wow. I actually remember one time when I was in school, I had one friend, right, and basically he was a guy, and he was forcing me to, uh, he was forcing me in a different way, basically to be gay in a way, like basically, in I told him no, like basically trying to make advances towards me. I told him no too much times though, and still not both online but also offline as well. I told him too much times no, but he wouldn't listen. So eventually I blocked him for that because he told me I told him no, but he would not listen. So it kind of harassing me.
What you said they was harassing you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
harassment. I knew a guy basically I went to school with. He was a friend of mine, but I didn't see him that way, basically, basically, when so, you know what I mean, though, right? I don't want to say the word, but you know what I mean.
Right, right. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I told him no.
Hell yeah, you told him no. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
told him no, and still wouldn't listen.
go back to what I said earlier. Like, some people only understand ignorance, man. You know, when you trying to let somebody down nice and easy and be respectful and be courteous about it, they don't understand that. But then when you start getting disrespectful, you start getting crazy, then they understand it like that. You got to deliver it a certain way. You got to package it up and give it to them a different way. Then they understand it. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, young, I'm sorry. How do I pronounce your name? It's Riaz.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
Riaz.
can
Yes, Riaz.
Yeah,
Yep.
you pronounce my name correctly, but us at the same time, though, I don't mind, how other people pronounce it. Like, yes, if you know how to say my name, it's cool because to me, everyone has different accents, though, so I'm really, understanding of that. So if you pronounce it the way you pronounce it, I'm cool with it because I'm cool.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Riaz, he cool. You know what I'm saying? Riaz he be around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Riaz. Everybody know Riaz. He cool.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what else to talk about. I'm always talking. That's the thing. I'm always talking. When I get online, I have nothing to talk about.
And
Mm,
just talk, shoot, just talk. Throw whatever out there. We got a little bit more time. You know what I mean? Got a little bit more time.
Puzzle said, "You all are talking about more about important things. So continue." Okay, makes me feel a little
Man, we
better.
just we just free balling. We just all over the place. We all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But everything we
yeah.
talking about, you know, it's just real shit that's going on. So
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't say it's but it's just basic. I should say like some people, in this UK crime scene as well. Some people like they're like 30 years old, they're 30 or 40 years old, and basically like you got people hating on younger people because they never made it in life and they never took the opportunities that the younger
mm,
people are taking. No, some UK crime OGs are doing that though. They hating it. They're hating on the youth though. They hate on the youth because they mad that the youth is taking opportunities and investing in themselves while they didn't go. They wasted their money on weed and riz and basically smoke weed or they laying around and being lazy.
Shit, I
That's why
mean,
their videos that's why their videos look terrible while the younger guys to have, high budget videos. They're doing a low budget place, but the quality's higher.
oh shit. Well, I would say, well, I'm not in my 30s. I'm not even in my mid 20s. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess if you are, you know, up in age, or if you're mature, whatever, whatever, and you feel that way, I mean, that's just sad, because you threw your life away, and because of whatever guilt that you have, now you have some sort of animosity or anger towards, the young people coming up. That's crazy. But
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good for myself in my early 20s. I'm like 22, so I've only got a few months till 23.
mm, I
Yeah, so I think yeah,
always
both of y'all both kind of like around the same age. Y'all both got your whole 20s ahead of y'all, man. Enjoy
mm,
that. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure y'all enjoy them 20s.
definitely, it's not
Absolutely.
easy.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's not easy, but
Yeah.
you know how many like I ain't gonna lie. It took for I mean, it took for my last birthday. You know, I actually had forgotten my age for my last birthday. Heck, it was
Mm,
last year. 2 birthdays ago, I almost had forgotten my age because I was just in my brain. I was like stuck in my brain. I was kind of like stuck at like 26 or something like that. Like it got to the point where
Realist. And
I'm
and
I'm
your
30,
brandy was 20. I mean, I don't know your age, but come on
I'm
now.
in my
You
30s.
okay. Okay, okay.
I'm not saying that I really. I'm not saying that. I still thought I was 26, but
Mm-hmm.
in my head, I think I kind of like I kind of like had miscounted by a year. Like I was
Mm,
still think when I turned 30 a few years ago, I was still thinking that I was 29. Come find out I was 30 going on 31.
Well,
That really happened.
a lot of people don't even celebrate their birthdays because they see it as a lot of day. But I feel what you saying. You're like, damn, like, it's sad when people don't have time for themselves, or you know what I mean? Just a time to take just that one day, your fucking birthday, and you forget it's your birthday, or you can't remember your age as you said, and it's like, damn. Whether it's stress from life or work, it's unfortunate, because you shouldn't forget about your day. Shit, nobody should.
And I don't even, I'm not even the type of person that make a big deal about birthdays, anything like that. The way I look at it,
Right.
every day is your birthday. You can celebrate, every day. You know what I mean? So I'm not a person who really cares for holidays and stuff like that. But yeah,
Same. I
but
mean,
y'all
if I
enjoy your 20s, man. Definitely make sure y'all enjoy your 20s. I know it ain't always
Absolutely.
easy, but you know how many people, I bet you so many people would tell you, yo, if I could go back in my 20s, I'd do this different, do that different. Like, y'all got time to really decide what it is, if there's something special you want to do, particularly you want to be or whatever, y'all still got, listen, just enjoy.
thank you.
Thanks.
You got a blessed age, like seriously. Technically, we are. If technically everybody that's in here right now is at a blessed age because we're all alive and we live to
Course.
see another.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's true though. Could have, I could have really, I could have, not survived in childbirth, but I was lucky enough to do so.
Hmm. Good for you.
Yeah, cause when I was born though for my mother, I was what you guys she was like she didn't feel so good, and at that time as well, it was really hard delivery as well. So by the time I was being born and everything like that, she was close. Like basically, her life nearly flashed before her eyes, but she was so close to surviving.
Mm,
So that's why um you know she
mm,
here now and I'm here also.
wow.
yeah, I know what you're saying about that, Roy. I agree with that. Um, I tell people all the
Mm-hmm.
time. I don't remember the last time I even like listened to the radio. Like I don't know nothing about any of these like new artists that come out or anything like that. I don't even know them because they're that big to where you can't miss it and they're all up in your damn face.
I
Commercials.
know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
totally agree with you. But then also like for me when I was like 15 and pretty much like through my teen years. I didn't really I only listened to American stuff only, and then later when I became 20, I got to UK stuff, and from there I just very much kept going, and that's where I am now, though. And I also discovered how talented some of the younger guys are as well in the UK. Also, like some of them, no, they just choose to be independent though, but they do everything themselves.
Right,
Mm.
right,
Hmm. It's crazy how American, well, Black American culture, style, just everything. It's so it's widely spread to many parts of the world. That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm. I agree, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone in the UK actually loves American culture, not just me. Everyone in the UK actually loves it, though. Some, people in the UK actually act American themselves because they
Oh
love
my
it so
god.
much.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
some people in the UK actually do that, though. They act American themselves.
Mm-mm. I wouldn't only say the UK. I would say any part of the world where people think that America is this great country or a place to look up to. They hold them in high regard. Which trust me, God, I'm a New Yorker, a place that everybody wants to go. It's not all of that, but whatever. I'm not gonna say anything negative.
No, I get you on that, though. I've been to New York in 2016. I went to Manhattan in New York. I think
Dirty.
people, I think when people think of New York, people are thinking about Manhattan.
You know what they're thinking of? They're thinking of the shit that they see on TV, on television. That's not New York. That is a fantasy. It's like,
That's
let's
the
say,
same thing with London as well. People see London on
mhm,
TV and they think the same for that, but that's not necessarily true, though, actually.
right. Or like Paris, France. I heard that it's the ghetto and that it's so trashy.
Depends which area, actually. Some is rich and some is poor, so I get you on that, though. That's just the same with London as well. People think, though,
Yeah.
London's all rich or posh. No, that's not true. Some areas of London is totally different, though. East London is
Mm,
pretty much very different. West is basically seen as rich and everything like that. But yes, that's true. They
of
rich and
course.
they have a lot of money. But the only thing is, some areas in West London, they pretty much, though, they're basically poor in a rich town.
Yes, and that is what it is. I even see, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you. Yeah, maybe we can have a deeper conversation on another live because I don't want to talk too much. But
Hmm.
I agree.
yeah. Riaz, he got a channel over there. He like he's into music and all that other stuff over there. You should check his channel out. You know what I mean?
Right?
Okay, thank you
Good
very
for
much.
him.
I'll pretty much check. Becca, I'll check yours, but I'll check yours afterwards as well. When you check mine, I'll check yours also when I get the chance.
Okay, you like you better check out mine. Then I'll check.
No, I'll do it though, like that. No problem. When you do mine, I'll do yours also because look, I'm still gonna do it either way. Because I like to see others do good as well, not just myself. Because if I want, while I'm going up as well, I want to bring others along with me though. So I'd rather, like, basically, if I get opportunities, I'd rather share that with
Okay,
everyone else.
Yeah,
okay,
Riaz, he be
nice,
supporting them.
cool. That's nice, cool. Yeah, you have a very you have a very nice fan base. Let's say.
Who, me?
Yeah, I don't know what to call it fan base, or if that sounds too cliche, but you get what I'm saying.
Right, I thought you was talking to him. Yeah, some dope people over here.
Hmm.
Oh shit.
Oh, a lot of people feel like they need to have meat with every meal. That's not true. I am no vegan, vegetarian. Fuck no. I'm an omnivore, right? I don't have a problem eating meat, but um, I done made a couple dishes. Like where I don't necessarily need meat, and that's a fact. People feel like they need meat with every dish. That's not true. I mean, you could fuck up some pasta sauce and bell peppers, onions, some squash and cheese.
Mm,
All of that. Whatever. And with some bread and that'll be cool.
mm.
That's a good meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did something. I did some mixed vegetables and rice, but it was like a lot of vegetables. It was a very hefty meal. So you don't always. I love. I mean, shit. I'm not against meat. I love meat, but you don't always. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get you on that. For me, I just get variety. Whatever is made for me. Like the one food that I can never finish is called biryani. I can never finish biryani at all. I try, like I can eat it, but I can't finish it or like somewhere halfway or pretty much near it. Basically, I get full so quick. Basically, other rice I eat is called plow, and with plow, I can finish that like this.
I'm about to type it up. You said biryani.
Biryani. You know, like Indian dish, the Indian rice biryani. It's just the way I pronounce it, but you know how to spell it. Biryani. It's an Indian dish.
Okay. Okay. I have some. Well, my family is from Trinidad, but the islands has a lot of people who came from West
Okay,
India as
okay,
tourists. So
that's
I
nice.
have
So
some.
my family, like basically, my family descent is Pakistani though, not really Indian though. But basically, with me, is it's just different. I share just similar food culture and everything like that. It's just basically for me, it's just totally different.
Hmm. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely get it. I'm glad I grew up, and I said this on a different live. I'm glad I grew up with parents. You know what I mean? Who aren't from this country, because at least I know where my family comes from, not just America. So
No,
it's
I
always.
totally get you on that though. My mom is from Pakistan. No, my mom's originally from Pakistan actually. It's just that she came over when she married my dad though. And my dad's
Hmm.
actually a Pakistani, but he's born in the UK just like me. So I'm born in the UK, but it's just I've got like a Pakistani descent. So my dad's just the same as me, and if
Hmm.
both his parents are Pakistani, so at least he's got some kind of culture. But for me, when I was younger, I rejected my culture, heritage, everything like that. Because when I was young, I actually made myself believe I was from the UK my entire life. That's kind of
Oh.
the thing. You know,
Well,
that's
it's
the thing
good
though.
that you stopped the brainwashing, right? I hope you did.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
did actually. When I got older, I actually embraced my culture anyway. But you
Good.
know what's so hard though is about growing up in the West also? It's basically when you live here and when you're born here, it makes you think you're from here your entire life.
I mean, I guess that's how it was for you, but growing up in a place like New York, right, where you're around so many, diverse people or around like your own
Yeah.
people, you kind of like know, and um,
I'd also say for me, I grew up multicultural as well. Basic, I'm originally from London as well. So for me, I grew up multicultural. I was exposed to many cultures though, many
mm,
cultures though. So I kind of get you on where you're coming from though as well. Because for me, just a bit similar as well. I grew up multicultural, and I also lived in Saudi Arabia for 7, 8 years, from 2008 to 2015. And from there, I was exposed to many cultures and I had friends of many different places. So I got to see
mm-hmm,
theirs and they got to see mine.
Yeah,
okay, that's
yeah.
good. Well, a lot of people, they get stuck in the sunken place, but
I
it's
need to
good that you.
appreciate you. You can go ahead. I'm just saying what's up.
Oh, no, and I was just telling. Oh God damn, young Rios. Oh, that you know it's good that he appreciates and loves his culture. Um,
Absolutely.
would you ever want to go to Pakistan?
Of course, I've actually been there many times though when I was young. First, I went as a baby, then I went in 2012, then I think I went in 2018, and last country I've ever visited was Venice, and after that, I started traveling. I've been to different places as well before.
Very good.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the only reason I haven't traveled though is because it's expensive to travel as a family. I haven't traveled alone just yet because I haven't
Mm.
reached that stage to, yeah, even
Yeah.
though I'm, pretty much old enough to, yeah, but I haven't reached that stage just yet. I have to first get, first have to, with both my friends, it's just they have to just observe and see how I do outside when I'm going out with them, and if they feel comfortable, they'll let me go on my own. I haven't reached that stage yet. Everyone else has though, but everyone reaches it in different stages. For me, I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, man. I'm getting ready to shut this down.
It's
Okay,
5 o'clock in the morning. Oh my god.
Yeah, 5 o'clock is
okay,
always, if nothing else, that's always the time I always like shut it down because it's no longer vamp hours, basically. Where I'm at, like, it's like
okay.
almost damn like sunlight and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. All right, well, thank you, Realist. It was nice talking to you,
Yeah, I
young.
appreciate you coming
Okay,
on.
same here.
Thank you. All
Yes,
right,
I appreciate you too, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Okay, I'm gonna hunt
Mhm.
down for you.
Angel Love, shout out to you. Appreciate you. Always supporting, you know. Roy, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the bro Word. I know he couldn't get his mic to work uh to the best earlier. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to, you know, chop it up and shit. But you know what? There'll be other nights and all that. Be other nights. Appreciate bro for pulling up. And shout out to anybody who popped in even for a minute. Even if you popped your head in, hit the light. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, man. It's just time to hold on. Yo,
Yo, what's going on? Mr. Act Accordingly. What's happening, brother?
Mr. West, what's going on, my brother?
Nothing much, man. Just punching out, man. Hopefully I ain't come too late, man.
I was literally just about to wrap it up, bro.
Oh man, damn. My man, my man. I guess I'll catch you next time, man. These vampires I done came late.
Yeah, but you know, if there's a couple words you want to say to the people or something like that, bro, go ahead and say a few words. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the only thing I could pretty much say, man, is just, act accordingly and just keep doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And just make sure you keep your head on right, man, and hold no grudges. Life's too short for that, you know what I mean? And when it
Hmm.
comes to social media, it's only what you make it, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, there are going to be all kind of different obstacles that's going to come. It's up to you to determine what's worth your energy and what's not. So I'm gonna leave it with that.
Yeah, we always want to go with the right energy, and most importantly, you know, don't take a second, don't take a minute. You know what I mean? And appreciate every second, every minute that we given, because you never know. You could use that for something great. You know what I mean? Not to sound corny, but that's
Definitely,
real though.
that's real talk. There ain't no corny about that, brother. That's good talk right there. That's real.
Definitely, man. I wish you would
Word.
have
So I'm gonna
came
let
up.
you.
I wish you would have came up sooner, man. We was up here rocking for a minute too. I'm like, all right, I'm about to shut it down.
I know, man. You have some good people up here, man. I was sitting. I'm anxious, man. I'm trying to hurry up and get all this shit done so I can get on the mic. I'm like, I'm trying to rock. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah,
good though. Got
yeah,
my
bro.
night up, done and over with, man, and was able to catch the tail end of it all. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah, we were just chopping it up a little bit. It wasn't really nothing too major or anything, you know. Bro, word
Hmm.
popped up for a minute, but we couldn't get the mic situation right. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
hopefully next time we
Peace
could
to
get,
him.
you know, we could get you and get word, you know, and get a few other people up here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Peace to the word. You know what I'm saying? Peace to him. Word.
Definitely.
Because I was listening, I couldn't hear much. You had Goddess D in here. You had HP up in here. HP Tierra Latrice up here.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
she
lot of
popped.
dope people just come through.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always appreciative, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know who watching from the bushes. You ain't gonna know unless they leave a comment. So I appreciate anybody who popped in, even if it was for a second.
Word. Yeah, man. I was listening, man. I was like, oh man, I'm trying to hurry up and get all my shit done so I can, you know what I mean, go ahead and get on the mic and rock out with everybody. But I came late, so you know what I mean, I don't get no dinner tonight or this morning, but that's all right.
Nah, it'll definitely be other nights, you know what I'm saying? I probably come on tonight, you know what I'm saying? Oh, probably around the same way. I could never predict the time that I come on, but I know I always try to close it down around like around 5, because after that it's basically vamp hour basically is over after that.
No, well, I feel you, man. It's just your thing, man. You know what I mean? Do things the way you feel you need to do them. You know what I mean?
Now I want you
Because
to
I
pop.
definitely was
I don't know. Next time I pop up, though, I definitely want you to pop up because I definitely want to chop it up with you, bro. You know what I mean?
no doubt, man. Because y'all definitely had some good topics going back and forth, man. And I was like, wanting to chime in about a couple things, but I didn't came late to the session, so I'm dealing with the last end of it all. But great
If there's
shit, realist
something,
all day, man.
yeah, if there's something particular that we had touched on that you wanted to speak on before we took it out, you can go ahead, bro. I'll give you the floor.
Nah, bro, because I know I want you to go ahead and get your rest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get your rest in there, man. Like I said, we can always pick it back up and talk. But like I said
Definitely.
earlier, man, when it comes to the kids, when it comes to like social media life, people live, how can I put it? People live separate lifestyles. You know what I mean? You got the reality, and then you got your fantasy life on social media. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are going to appear as one thing, but outside of the social network, they're living a whole different lifestyle. So you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Who you interact with and how you deal with people.
Mhm.
You know, there's one thing I would do for certain. If I do have an issue with somebody, I wouldn't be as petty as putting pictures of family up or even talking bad about the individual. You know what I mean? Why
Right.
waste time?
Yeah,
So, but that's
I
all I want to throw out there, man. I don't want to be long winded over here. You trying to crash. So,
Now, I appreciate what you did say. Everything you said was spot on. You know what I'm saying? Like you already know, subscribe to Brother Keith. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till he start doing lives and stuff like that. You and a few other people. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's just timing for me, man. Like I said, I got this new headset here that I'm messing around and testing out. So, I'm working on it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Always. You know what I mean?
No doubt, good brother. So, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, man. I will catch up with you, good brother.
Oh, definitely. You're gonna catch me, bro. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
All
All right.
right, well.
Salute.
OG Will, what up, man? Appreciate you. See Didi up in there. Yeah, I appreciate you, Shay Lady. You know. Shout out to everybody who pulled up, man. You know what I mean? I don't come on too often, but I appreciate anybody who pop in here and listen to me talking, talking my stuff, you know what I'm saying? But remember, man, peace, blessings, and all of that. Please don't take a second or a day for granted. Please don't. Because for some people, it takes for something tragic to happen for them to realize exactly how important life really is. I'm gonna say that. If I don't say nothing else, I'm gonna say that every time I get up here. Y'all gonna get sick of me saying that, but it's real, you know. But definitely, peace and blessings to everybody. I'm about to get my black ass up off of here, give me some cereal or something. Let me say. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man.